Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. We have 5 minutes before we go live, inshallah. I'm just going to grab myself a little bit of water. And welcome to you all, inshallah. We are starting at 2 o'clock on the dot, London time. Alhamdulillah, we have people joining us from many different countries. So I will be referring to the time as in London time. If you have joined us right now and you are on the live stream now, inshallah, I would love to hear where you guys are watching from and what year group you're in. So you should be able to comment, inshallah. So do let me know what year group you're from and where are you watching from. Okay, we have somebody from London, Westminster. OP Gamer Plays OG. Amazing. Wow, we have somebody watching from UAE. We have somebody from Harold Wood. I think I know who you are. Is that Sophia watching? And we have somebody from Bolton. Wow. Amazing. Oh, Mezabin and Taha, lovely to see you guys. It's been a while. Very happy you are able to join. So how are you guys doing? What is it like to be home? What is it like? Oh, we have Suleiman there as well. Sophia and Suleiman, excellent. So we have somebody watching from Watford, amazing. And you guys are nice and early. This is a very, very good, mashallah, very, very good quality to make sure you're early and prepared. So while we wait for the others, and we have about, let's see, we have about a few minutes. Why don't you guys tell me in the chat what a little bit more about what your experience is at the moment, you know, being locked, being in the middle of a lockdown, not being able to go to school, and what does it feel like? What words come to mind? Are you scared? Are you excited? Are you bored? Are you worried? Let me know, inshallah. Horror. Okay. Inshallah, after today's session, hopefully you're going to feel a little bit better about that. We have people that miss school, which is really good. And you know, if I were in your shoes, I'd be quite, yeah, I would miss my friends. I'd be a little bit bored. But we're gonna talk about a few things that we can do, inshallah. Excellent. We're gonna begin our session in a minute or so. More and more people are joining us. Okay, so we have schools that are setting you a lot of work to do at home. That's good. Some people are loving it. Some people are scared. So somebody joining us from Bury in year 7. Amazing. A lot of people are scared and bored. It was fun at first, but now it's boring. Yes, absolutely. And it looks like it's going to last a little bit longer. It looks like it's going to last a little bit longer than a few weeks. So it is very, very important for us, inshallah, to learn how to benefit from this situation that we find ourselves in. And this is the whole topic of today's session. Okay, Bismillah. It is 2 o'clock on the dot here in London, so we are going to begin. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على الأشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل إذا شئت سهلا سهلا اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. We always begin in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We begin by sending salutations and greetings to the noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And we begin by asking Allah to help us gain beneficial knowledge and to make things easy for us, inshallah. We have quite a few people online now, which is phenomenal. So, before I get into the content of today's session, I wanted to hear from you guys and you girls, inshallah. How is it going? What are you feeling like right now? We've had a little bit of contribution already from those who were early. I want to hear from you. Firstly, where are you watching from and what year are you in? We've got people right now from UAE, from different parts of the UK. We have people from different age groups. We have siblings watching together. Fantastic. I want to know where you're watching from. I want to know what year group you're in. And I'd love to know, after you've told me all of those things, inshallah, I would love to know, what is it like for you right now? What are you feeling? What's your emotions right now being at home? We have somebody from New York. Amazing. Sophomore year. Welcome, welcome. We've got Birmingham. We've got Bolton. Alhamdulillah. This is really amazing. Isn't it amazing to be able to be in a virtual session with brothers and sisters from all over the world? We've got Birmingham. We've got quite a few year 8s and year 9s, some year 7s. Amazing, amazing. Year 11 from East London. Ferdoshi. Welcome, welcome. We have somebody from Texas. Amazing. Sally. Excellent, excellent. So the next question, how are you feeling? Are you feeling worried? Are you feeling bored? Are you feeling scared? Are you feeling confused? I would be really interested to know what's really going on with you guys. And inshallah, after this session, hopefully, we are going to feel a lot better, and we're going to have a game plan on how to make this sort of situation that we're in something that benefits us, inshallah. So we've got a lot of people saying that they're feeling bored. We have a lot of people saying that they're a little bit worried. One person said that they are horrified. Okay, I'm gonna have to bored. Okay, you guys have nothing to do. Okay. We can't see family often. That's really sad, actually. I haven't been able to see my mom for 7 days because she actually had a bit of temperature and she's self-isolating. So we've been sort of doing video calls for the last 7 days. Fantastic. I am now going to get into the thick of it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to tell you, that what I want to start with is a little story. And this is a true story, and it happened yes, 2 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Some of you will know, I have a 4-month-old baby, alhamdulillah, who is doing very well. He's very healthy, but he had an appointment. He had a vaccines appointment about 3 days ago. And we called up the doctor, the GP, and said, look, should we still come? Because there's a lockdown. You know, we need to be careful with what's going on. There's the social distancing. Should we still come? And the GP said, yes, you should come. And obviously be very careful and just come straight in and straight out. We're going to give him the injections and we're going to be good. So inshallah, we went and I couldn't watch. Imagine a little 4-month-old baby, and there's 3 injections, and the needle was this big needle, and I'm taking this baby, in the middle of a pandemic, for him to be stabbed in his cute little thighs 3 times with 3 needles, and he was screaming his head off. Now, he didn't cry, he screamed. Okay, now from his perspective, He's thinking, why is my dad taking me in the middle of a pandemic to this scary place and allowing this nurse to put such painful and scary weapons into my body? And why are those needles being put into my body? Because they want to inject the vaccine. And a vaccine, most of you will know from school and science, that a vaccine is basically a small dose of a disease. It's a small dose of a disease, and it is done to basically help your body build some immunity. So he thinking, why on earth would my father allow all of these bad things to happen to me? Right? It makes sense. Why would he allow a nurse to stab me in the leg? Why would he allow them to put so much pain on me? Why would he allow them to inject a disease into my body? And subhanAllah, the day after, he had a lot of flu, he had a lot of temperature. That's part of the process, okay? He cannot comprehend why, as a father, I would allow to do all of this. But as a father, I know that this is what is best for him. I know that this, yes, it's a little bit painful or very painful now, but it is going to be very important for his long-term health. It is very important for his long-term immunity, and he's going to protect him from very serious diseases. Okay? So in my knowledge, I know that this is best for him, although he cannot understand, he cannot see it. Now, why am I talking about this story? This story is a good analogy for maybe what is happening with the world today. You may look around you and think, why on earth, are people suffering? Why is this happening? Why is there a lockdown? Why are all people dying? Why? And the truth is that all of this is happening because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided. And as believers, as people who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to remember that whatever he does in his infinite wisdom is always for the good. Yeah, there is always good in it. So we may not understand it. Just like my baby did not understand why I would allow him to have 3 injections and to be injected with a disease and to have a fever afterwards. This for me is a great analogy for what is happening in the world today. Definitely there is some good, there is some khair, there is some positive that will come out of this. We will not understand now. We may not ever understand, because our understanding and our knowledge and our wisdom is very limited. It's the same as that of a baby. And the knowledge and wisdom and understanding of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, you can't even measure it. It's infinite. So this is the first thing I wanted to start with, that whatever is happening today in the world is Allah's decision, and we may not understand it, but we have to accept it. Now, how can we now benefit? Yeah, how can we benefit from this current situation that we find ourselves in? Now, it goes down to your reaction. How do we react? Okay. Now, if let's go back to the baby. If the baby's reaction was no, I don't want this, Dad, I hate you, I'm never gonna speak to you again, and why would you do this, and I'm gonna do a tantrum, and I'm not gonna eat for 3 days, but that reaction, will it benefit him? It's not gonna benefit him. But if his reaction is, you know what, Dad, I don't know why the hell you're doing this to me, but I trust your judgment, and I'm gonna stay still, and I'm gonna let them do it properly, so then they can do it quickly, and I'm gonna be patient, and I believe that you understand what's good for me. That mindset and that reaction will be more beneficial for the child. The child will receive the vaccine. The child will go through the whole process without any major drama. Now, for us, what reaction can we have? And this is basically what I'd love to go through today, inshallah. What reaction should we be having? Now, our reaction is extreme. It's an extremely powerful concept, because a good a reaction can make a very bad situation into a good situation, and also it can make a very good situation into a terrible situation. Let me give you an example. Would you say that winning the lottery is a good situation to be in? Yes or no? Quickly type in your answers. Do you think that winning the lottery or being given a huge sum of money as a gift is a good thing or not? It's a good situation or a bad situation to be in? Okay, a lot of people are saying no. Okay, interesting. Most people seem to be saying yes. Well, in my opinion, receiving lots of money as a gift is a good situation to be in, but it depends on your reaction. If my reaction becomes, I've got this money now, amazing, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna spend it, I'm gonna enjoy myself, I'm gonna go on certain places, I'm gonna go on I don't know, I'm gonna start buying things that I don't need, I'm gonna start driving fast cars, I'm gonna start showing off, and I'm gonna start forgetting about my prayers, I'm gonna buy my own house and live away from my family, and I'm gonna travel the world and then forget about everyone else, then I would say that actually is not good for you, because it's taking you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if I take this money and I think, you know what, this is amazing, I can do so much good with this money, can't I can do a lot of good with this. Why don't I start by helping my family first, and then maybe I can buy myself that thing that I've always wanted, but I'm going to keep a portion of it to do something good for people that are needy. That reaction not only benefits you in this world, but it benefits you in the hereafter. So the reaction to whatever situation you face can make that situation either really good and beneficial for you, or negative and a calamity for you. Would you guys agree with that? We got some comments. It depends on what you do with the money. Fantastic. That's exactly what I'm saying. So let's bring it back to coronavirus. We are now in a lockdown. We are at home. We are unable to move freely. We are unable to go to school. We are unable to go to work. What is our reaction? How can we react to make this something that will have a positive outcome for us? Do we have any ideas before I go into the few ideas that I wanted to share with you today? Any ideas? How can we have a good reaction to the situation that we're in? Fantastic. Excellent. Pray namaz and make dua. That does, we should now we have the time, now we have a reason, now we're worried, we're scared for the world, we're worried, people are suffering. We should increase in our prayers, and we should increase in our salah, and we should always remember to pray for everyone. Help people that are struggling, Quran, give money to the NHS. Phenomenal ideas, guys. Worshipping Allah, self-reflecting and thinking positive thoughts. Alina, that's amazing. Really, really good. Really, really good. Control your hunger. How so? Eating less so then other people can also have more supplies? Maybe, yeah. Okay, relying on Allah. We can react positively by spending more time with the family. Absolutely. You guys are stealing all my points. Oh, man. Help the NHS and pray to Allah. Fantastic. Very, very good. Very, very good. Give sadaqah. The question is, how can we react positively to the current situation that we find ourselves in? How can we make this into a positive? How can we turn this into a positive experience? Help all people in need who can't go out. Very, very true. Take advice from parents. Fantastic. Accept what we have to do. Yes, I mean, now is a good chance, and this is part of my points, which is it's a really good chance to be more involved with your family, help your parents a little bit more. If you have younger siblings, you can spend more time with them. You can help your mum with a little bit of cooking. You can help your dad with anything that he's doing around the house, and really spend time together and help one another. Fantastic. We've got think about your education as well. Stay calm, pray, and don't overstock on the food. That's a good point. Overstocking, actually. Overstocking is something that actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't like, because it's a very, very greedy thing to do. And we can go into more detail about that, inshallah. Don't stock toilet rolls. Can I ask you guys a question? Why are people buying toilet rolls? Because coronavirus doesn't give diarrhea, so I don't get it. Fantastic. So now I love your input and contribution. Has been phenomenal. You've actually mentioned a lot of the points that I was going to mention. So it shows that you guys already have a really good mindset, mashallah, inshallah. Really, really, really glad to see your answers and how mature and how thoughtful they are. Amazing. Right. Excellent. Let me now run through a few of the ideas that I had to share with you today, inshallah, yeah? So, firstly, a good mindset to have is that in every situation, in every crisis, there's an opportunity. So we need to have the positive mindset, the positive thinking of, what is there an opportunity here? Okay, and in the situation we find ourselves in, there's a lot of opportunity. So the first one I wanted to mention is that a lot of you said that you're bored. So that means that you don't have a lot to do right now. So isn't that a great opportunity to learn something new? Okay, now some of you maybe wanted to learn a new sport, want to learn Arabic, want to learn how to code, want to learn another language, want to learn more about your religion, you want to learn more about your future options in careers and different things. You might want to learn a special skill, you know, how to fix things, how to cook, how to bake. Isn't this an amazing opportunity to maybe spend like an hour a day learning something new? So I'd like all of you to take a moment to think about, what is something that I would really, really like to learn? Yeah, let's say this coronavirus thing lasts for, let's say, 6 months, or let's say 3 months. What is one thing that you would love to learn, so that by the end of this sort of situation that we're in, you have a new skill set? Please type in the comments one thing that you would love to learn, something new. It could be Arabic, it could be cooking, it could be sewing, it could be a sport, it could be a language, it could be coding, it could be how to edit videos, it could be anything really. You tell me, inshallah. I would like to learn to do a pull-up. Fantastic. Yeah, try every day and your muscles will get stronger. Oh, fantastic. Learn a new surah. How could I forget? Right? This is a fantastic opportunity. And you guys are young, your brain is sharp, you can learn it much, much faster than an old man like me. So definitely take advantage. Photography, that's a really nice hobby. Learn another language. Zarina, what language would you like to learn? Phenomenal. Mezabin is doing sewing and making cloths. That's really, really cool skill to have, actually. And I want to start learning how to sew buttons, because my buttons always come off and I always have to ask my mom or my aunt. So I want to learn how to do it myself now. Yes, learning how to cook better. And that applies for everybody, by the way. It's not just something for girls. Everyone should know how to cook something, right? Because you can't always rely on someone else to cook for you. I was in a situation where both my parents worked. Where I grew up, I grew up in Italy, so the school used to finish at 1 o'clock, believe it or not. So I had to come home, and you need to learn to look after yourself. So definitely, guys, get in the kitchen, pull up, look up some good recipes on YouTube, buy some recipe books on Amazon, and get stuck in. Boxing, excellent, excellent. Want to learn martial arts? You know what, guys? You can learn a lot of stuff online now. You don't even need to go anywhere physically. You can learn a lot of things online. Fantastic. Some people want to learn Spanish. That's a really good language. It's one of the most spoken languages on the planet. Okay. Mezabine remembers my lasagna. I'm a good cook, by the way. So Mezabine just mentioned that she loved my lasagna. Inshallah, I will make it for you soon once we're able to sort of leave our homes again and meet each other. I would like to learn Tajweed, but I'm not sure how to do it at home. Okay, Maria. There are opportunities to learn Tajweed actually on YouTube for free. I think there's a series of many videos that go through the basics, and then you can watch and practice as you go along, or you can try and find someone who is willing to do Skype sessions with you. So I used to do a few of those. I learned Arabic on Skype with a teacher on Skype. The teacher was in Egypt. I mean, when I said I learned Arabic, it was just the beginning of Arabic. I'm not fluent by any means, but that's one thing that I have as a target now to, because I have a bit of extra time, inshallah, I'm going to try and pick up my Arabic again. Okay, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I code to create games that are appropriate for kids and fun for everyone. That's an amazing skill set. Excellent. So you all have now some sort of idea of a new skill that you want to develop. Your assignment before the next class is to basically find, so for example, if you want to learn Spanish, find resources. If you want to learn how to cook, find the resources. If you want to learn Tajweed, find the resources. You have to do a little bit of effort to find. Alhamdulillah, we live in a time where all the resources are out there, and a lot of them are free. You don't even need to pay for them. So it just takes a little bit of searching, okay, and find them. Excellent. Now, the next thing I wanted to mention is that what is happening, it's an amazing reminder of a lot of things that we take for granted. So how many of you today would have gone to Jummah but can't? How many of you, obviously you're missing your friends, you're not able to go to school, you're having to spend your time indoors, you're worried about your friends and family becoming sick. So there's a lot of things that on our usual day-to-day life we take for granted. We never even think. I am so lucky to be able to just walk to school or go to Tesco's or just walk without being scared of someone or something harming me. Whereas there's a lot of people in the world who don't have this. Whether there's coronavirus or not, the reality is they don't have the freedom to move. They don't have the freedom to walk without fearing somebody attacking them. Yeah, and you probably know a lot of these things that are happening in a lot of Muslim countries as well, which Muslim countries that have been completely destroyed, years and years and years and years of war, conflict, dying. Years and years in Yemen, what's happening now, people were dying out of malnutrition, no food. So although, yes, we are in a difficult situation, we are still, alhamdulillah, way better than a lot of other people out there. So we should remember that. We should remember two things. Firstly, the blessings that we had before coronavirus, and we should thank Allah for them. And we should remember the blessings that we still have today. We have running water, no problem. You don't have to worry about water. You don't have to worry about food, because the supermarkets, yes, there was a period where the shelves were empty, but they're getting restocked all the time. The stock is coming in. There's no issue with that. If you need to go out for whatever reason, you're not worried that somebody's going to shoot you. Okay. If you do become sick, alhamdulillah, you have access to medicines, you have access to healthcare. A lot of people don't have this. So let us, inshallah, remember our blessings, those which we had before, so we appreciate them, and those which we still have right now. And believe me, if we were to sit down and make note of all the blessings, we'll be here for days and days and days and days and days. Just the fact that you are able to log in online and take part in something like this, an amazing blessing. How many people in the world actually don't have access to a laptop, don't have access to internet, don't have access to electricity? Subhanallah. So let us, take a moment to really, really thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of the blessings that we had before that we didn't realize and we didn't thank him for. And let us thank him for all the blessings that we still have. And that will inshallah make us feel really, really good. Alhamdulillah. I'm loving your comments, mashallah. A lot of really good stuff. You're mentioning, yes, in India, in Myanmar, in Syria, Palestine. You guys know what's happening, and you guys know what type of life people are living there. So we are still extremely blessed, alhamdulillah. And we thank Allah for all his help. Ameen. Ameen. Thank you, Ridwan, for the dua. Really, really nice. The next thing I wanted to speak to you guys about is about power, right? So in this world at the moment, China is called a superpower. America is called a superpower. UK is supposed to be one of the strongest economies in Europe. And here comes an invisible, microscopic little virus that no one can see, no one can treat, no one can prevent. And it is affecting everyone, and it is bringing all these superpowers down on their knees. Subhanallah. Who has the true ultimate power? Yeah? We have no power as human beings. There's no power. Have you ever heard the saying, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah? What does that mean? That there is no power, there is no might except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And sometimes when I'm thinking and reflecting, I really, this is a point that comes to my mind about this whole coronavirus thing, is that really and truly this is a reminder that we have no power, no ability to do anything except Allah. Allah is the only one who has the ultimate power. Yeah. So we can't even protect ourselves from a microscopic little virus that has come from God knows where. Yeah. We have no power whatsoever. The superpowers of the world, nothing. So this should, what should we do with this knowledge? Allah has the ultimate power. It should bring us closer to him. It should make us admire Allah even more. It should make us want to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even more. Okay? So this is very, very, very important, that we are right now seeing with our own eyes the fact that there is no power except of Allah. No one can do anything. Yeah, if he wants to infect every single person on the planet, we have no power to do anything. If he wants to cure every single person on the planet, it will be done. We have no power to make it faster, to slow it down, to stop it. All power is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So let us always remember this, and let us therefore worship him more sincerely, and let us remember that subhanallah, he is the creator, he is the most powerful, and he is the one that deserves all of my worship, all of my attention, all of my love, and all of my service. Now, my GCC English teacher, power and conflict poetry, literally every message from each poem is power is limited. Yes, thanks, Nawaz. That's a very, it's a lot of us, a lot of poetry has a lot of a deep philosophical meaning. And, alhamdulillah, this global crisis should make us remember who has the real power. Yeah, who has the real power, subhanallah. So what do? We inshallah use this to become closer to Allah. We worship him more, we respect him more, we love him more, we admire him more, inshallah. The next thing I wanted to speak to you about is something that I didn't even think of, but I was on the phone to one of my teachers, one of my mentors the other day, and on the phone, she said to me that, Tanim, we are in a dry run. Yeah, we are in a dry run of the Day of Judgment, Yawmul Qiyamah. What we're experiencing now is nothing compared to what will happen on the Day of Judgment. Yeah, when the sun will be so close to us that we will be drowning in our own sweat. Yeah, right now all you have to do is just be careful about a germ, right? You got to be careful, wash your hands. You know, you just can't go to school. But all of this is nothing compared to the madness and the craziness and the fear that will happen on Yawmul Qiyamah. So what we see, when we see what's happening around us, it should remind us of that we will face a day which is going to be 1,000,000 times worse than this. And in order to, you know, prepare ourselves for that very difficult day, we need to do something in this life. We need to do whatever we can in this life to make sure that we have a little bit of backup, or a little bit of rations, or a little bit of shade on that difficult day. And you can only prepare for that day right now. Yeah, or you can only prepare for that day right now. So when you see all this craziness, people dying, people fighting in the supermarkets, people, you know, grabbing food, and people sort of locking themselves up. Yes, it's crazy, but it is nothing compared to the day we all know we have to experience. Yeah, after we die, Allah will resurrect us, and there will be a day where every single soul who has ever lived will be accounted for what they have done. And that day will be a very difficult day. So we should remind ourselves we will experience a more difficult day, and we should start preparing for it from now. We should start asking Allah, Allah, make it easy for me on that day. Allah, I know that there's certain types of people that you will give the shade on that day. Yeah. Does anyone know what the 7 types of people are? I'm going to give this as homework, inshallah. Who are the 7 types of people who will be given shade on the Day of Judgment? And we should ask Allah, please help make us part of those people. Yeah, make us from those people, inshallah. So this is another way where we can benefit. We can look around the madness that's going on today. We can remember that actually we're going to face something much worse, and that is 100% guaranteed. And then hence, let us prepare, inshallah. Let us prepare. You guys are mentioning a few of them. Yes, a just ruler. People, there's definitely the person who is close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from a young age. So all of you guys have the opportunity. Somebody who loves the masjid, has an attachment to the masjid. Somebody who loves another person for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's a few, but I really want you guys to do some research. Since you have so much time on your hands, let's go and have a look, inshallah. I'm going to let you, and then you just go on Google, you know, 7 groups of people, shade, Day of Judgment, search, you will find it, inshallah. And the important thing is to learn them. You need to know about these things, because why? We want to be part of that group, isn't it? We want to be part of that team, inshallah. Fantastic. Alhamdulillah, we're doing really, really well. Do you guys need a break? Do you guys need a break? Do you want to stretch? Why don't we do a little stretch? I think I need a little stretch. If you're sitting up, if you're sitting down, get up. Let's do a little stretch. Get some oxygen. I'm actually standing up, so I'm actually quite comfortable. Yeah. Go get some water, or get a little snack. Just sort of get the blood pumping again. And we should all take a break from looking at the screen for too long as well. So I do want you guys to look around, maybe do a few of these, There's a guy on YouTube who's doing daily exercises, and people can join the live stream and exercise with him. So I'm trying to do that. So the session's gonna be an hour, inshallah. So we are going to finish in about 25 minutes, and I do need to plug my charger in. Give me a sec, guys. Okay, fantastic. Do not spam chat, guys. I'm gonna block you. Yeah, no spam chatting. Random question: do you follow football? What team do you support, guys? We can talk about those things another time. During the session, I need you guys to be focused. Okay. I used to run a football club for my local mosque. We never made it into the Premier League, but I used to, but I've retired probably 3 years ago, and I've not really followed football much since then. Okay, I have the power to block you guys, yeah? So be careful about your messaging, okay? Strictly on topic. Fantastic. Bismillah. We are going to resume now. I'm feeling re-energized. We've had a break for our eyes. We've had a break to sort of do a bit of stretching. Okay. Now, we've spoken about the opportunity to learn something new, and we have some ideas. We've spoken about the reminder of blessings and how we should, inshallah, feel more grateful. We've talked about the ultimate power and a reminder of who has the ultimate power. I now want to speak to you about a very big topic, which is how do we actually use this opportunity to get more rewards and invest in our afterlife. Okay, so inshallah, you already know and believe that we are on this planet for a temporary time. It may be 60 years, 70 years, 30 years. What the time is, we don't know. But Allah has put us on this planet not to enjoy ourselves, not to have an amazing life, or just or to be always happy. We're here for a very specific reason. Do we know what that reason is? We are here to be tested, and we are here to seek the pleasure of Allah. So Allah will test us in this short life that we have. We don't know how long, by the way. We really don't know, which is why we have to take every single day very seriously. Every day is precious for us. And that is the truth of life, that we don't know when we're going to go. And yes, when we're young, we think we're going to live a long time, but there's no guarantee of that. Hence, every day is precious. Now, depending on what we do in this life, we are going to be put in one of two places, isn't it? So if you are someone who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will eventually make it to Jannah, paradise. But if you have done some bad things while you were in the on this earth, in this dunya we call it, then you will have to pay for those bad things, and we pay for those things in the form of punishment. We will be punished for the bad things that we've done. And Allah tells us very clearly, do everything you want to do except for these few bad things. These are the things you should stay away from, and these are the things that I like you to do more of. And this life is a test of whether we're going to do these things or not, inshallah. So while we are in this short life, we want to do as much as possible to build an amazing place in paradise for ourselves. Would you agree with that? We want to build an amazing eternal life in paradise. Okay, so every day we need to think, what can I do today to get me closer to paradise and further away from Allah's punishment? What can I do today to gain Allah's pleasure? Okay, so I had some ideas of, okay, we are now in seclusion, social distancing, there's no school, we have a lot of time on our hand. So what can we do to invest in our akhirah? Because that ultimately is where we all want to be, isn't it? What can we do? So you guys already gave me a lot of good ideas. You mentioned about praying more. We can pray more, and inshallah we should pray, not just when I say pray, I mean our salah. Okay, so now we have no excuses for missing prayers. Then there's no class, there's no running around, you're at home, the bathroom is there, the prayer mat is here, no excuses, right? And inshallah, I would encourage you to pray with your families, pray together. If your parents are also at home, most of your parents will be at home, pray together. What a wonderful thing that would be. And let's get into the habit of praying all of the prayers on time, inshallah. Yeah, fantastic. We can do, somebody saying, do a khatam, do the 5 prayers, do tahajjud. Tahajjud is another one. Of course, if you're somebody who's already doing the 5 daily prayers properly, amazing. Your target now is, let's see if we can do some tahajjud. Okay, if you're not someone who's able to do all of the prayers, or you're not just quite there yet, inshallah, let's make intention that in the 24 hours there's only 5 prayers and they only take 5 to 10 minutes. So inshallah, let's get in a habit of doing those. But when I say pray, I also mean pray as in communicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, and we should now we have time, we don't need to rush. Allah, Ameen. You don't need to do that. We have time. So let us take a moment, close our eyes, and feel Allah's presence and ask Him directly to keep us safe, keep our family safe, keep the ummah and humanity safe, to forgive us, to inshallah relieve the situation, and to safeguard and to bring us closer to Him. Yeah, ask anything that you wish for, inshallah. Fantastic. And do all of the sunnahs. Read, yes, you can read Surah Mulk after. Surah Mulk usually is prayed after Isha, before you sleep. So prayer, yeah. I've got a whiteboard here. Why don't I use it, right? So let's see. Let's do more prayers. You guys like my handwriting? It's decent. Okay, more prayers. What else can we do? You guys are mentioning about Quran. Fantastic. Let's read some more Quran. Let's memorize some more surahs, right? We can even memorize. Let's memorize. Let's start with short surahs and let's see how far we can get, inshallah. Amazing. So today is Friday, so it is very, very strongly recommended to read Surah Kahf. Okay, Surah Kahf. Amazing, amazing surah. Do read the meaning as well, so then you can learn the beautiful stories that are in that particular surah. And Surah Kahf will give you protection for the whole week. Until next Friday, it will give you protection. Now, another opportunity that we have to invest in the akhirah is to, like you guys have said, help others and do good deeds. Yeah, let's just say help others. Now, helping others could very much entail helping your family. Yeah, help your mom, help your younger siblings, help your older siblings, help your neighbors in whatever way is possible for you right now. Help the NHS, help people, help elderly people. It's up to you, but you have to think of a way that you can actually do that without without needing to interact with them. Okay, so what I'm doing right here is part of my number 4. Doing these free sessions and engaging with you guys and sharing some ideas and thoughts and mindsets that will help you is part of my helping others. But I hope that by the end of this particular session, you will feel a lot better. You will not feel as confused and worried. You're gonna have things for productive things for you to do, so that you don't feel bored anymore. You will learn more skills. You are gonna invest in your akhirah. So this is one example. Yeah, this is things that you can do. So even if it's something, for example, like reminding your friends to pray, for example, reminding them to pray, or touching base with your friends to find out how they're doing. Yeah, making sure that they're not too scared and not too worried. Speak some positive, speak positively with them. Give them some positive thinking. There's so many ways that you can go about helping others, inshallah, in these times. An interesting one. What's this? Can you read my handwriting? Yes, fasting is a great one. Can you read my handwriting? What's that say? Fantastic. Very, very good. Who was first? It was Suleiman and Safiya. Be patient. What does that mean? There is an amazing hadith where the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that amazing is the affair of a believer. So if you're a believer, there's something amazing about that, because when something bad happens, the believer, and if something bad happens and the believer is patient, there is good, there is rewards for him in that. And if something good happens and the believer is grateful, and there is good, there is reward in him, for him in that. So when something good happens and we're grateful to Allah, Allah gives us lots of reward. He appreciates it, He likes it, makes Him happy. And when something bad happens, and if we stay patient, then He gives us reward. So it's a win-win. We can always win, whether there's something good or bad, depending on our reaction. So if we are patient, if we stay calm, if we stay patient, if we stay positive, if we try our best to have the right reaction, Allah will give us rewards, inshallah. And those rewards go straight in our account in the akhirah, in our paradise, inshallah. Now, let me see. My dad says if you cannot go outside, go inside. Yes, control your anger, emotions. Shahriar, you mentioned about emotions a few times, and I'm really glad you're saying that, because we are going to have a session. I think session 4 is going to be about emotional intelligence, how to manage your emotions. Okay, very, very, very important. And that's something that I wish somebody taught me when I was younger. I only learnt about it in recent years, and I'm almost 30 years old. So you guys are going to be very lucky to learn about this topic from one of my mentors, inshallah, who's going to be doing the session. Fantastic. So being patient, okay, that's part of our response, and inshallah they'll be good. The other thing is be grateful. Okay, we spoke about this already, before we spoke about it from an angle of remember the blessings and feel grateful, but now I'm saying let us be very grateful for every single thing, inshallah, every single thing. You know, every time I go to have breakfast in the morning, I'm like, wow, this milk, I'm not sure if I'm gonna find it tomorrow, so I'm really grateful to have it this morning. I'm really lucky that the milk is here. And Allah, I thank you for providing me with this milk. Okay, small things like that. I never used to think like this, but since all the madness is happening around us, I'm now thinking, wow, every small thing, I'm really, really grateful. Alhamdulillah. I try to be, and what I'm saying is, if you are grateful, Allah will give you rewards. Yeah, it's a very, very easy way to get rewards. Just be grateful for every small thing. Food, being able to breathe, being able to pray, being able to see your mom. Right now, I can't see my mom. It's been 7 days I haven't seen my mom. So this is making me grateful in the sense that, firstly, that I have a mom. Secondly, that she has recovered from the flu. And thirdly, that I've always been able to have a near me, and I look forward to having a near me, inshallah. So I'm grateful. I try to be grateful about that. So that will really, really help you get easy rewards in the akhirah, because Allah's promised that la azidannakum sorry la in shakartum wa azidannakum, la in shakartum wa la azidannakum. Yeah, if you are grateful to me, la azidannakum means I will increase you, I will give you more. Yeah, more means better. Yeah, Allah will give us more, inshallah, whether that's rewards or other things, ajr, here in this life or in the next. We're happy either way. Fantastic. Yes, somebody's mentioning the 500 years is not as much as the gift of the 2 eyes. Yeah, we don't even think about this, subhanallah, that the blessing of being able to see is such a gift, such a treasure, subhanallah. Now, I'm going to say one last thing now. The last thing. So these are things that we can do, inshallah, to get more rewards. Okay, so this is how we can benefit from our current situation. Now, I would love for you to, just seeing this is not enough. You have to make a plan, and making a plan is not enough. You have to decide when are you going to do those and what you're going to do. So right now, I would love for you to write on a piece of paper, firstly, about prayers. Are you going to pray all your prayers properly? Which ones you're going to do more of, and how does that look like? I want in detail what that's going to look like. Quran, how much you're going to read, when you're going to read, how often you're going to read. Memorizing, you know, what's your target? Do you want to memorize a short surah and you want to do this in the next week? Do you want to memorize one verse every single day? Let's write that down, inshallah. Yeah. And number 4, helping others. How can we help others? How can you right now help someone? Right now, from the comfort of your home, how can you help someone? Is it about calling all of your relatives and encouraging them to give some charity so that you can then distribute it, give it to the NHS or give it to somebody who's needed? Is it just you speaking to someone and making them feel good? Is it you actually, why don't we do this with help others? There's an easy thing you can do, inshallah, which is, if you are benefiting from this session, why don't you share this with another 3 people? So that's part of your homework, is think of your friends, your cousins, your neighbors, whoever you think might benefit, and inshallah share it with them. Let them take part in the future sessions, send them the recording of this video as well, and let them benefit, inshallah. That's an easy way of helping others. And of course, we have to be patient and grateful. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is something that my brother made me aware of. And that is that in these times, it's a reminder for us to work hard. It is a reminder for us, especially as students, those of you who are students, whether you're in year 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, whatever, this is a reminder for you to work hard. Do you know why? Because of what is happening right now, a lot of people are losing jobs, a lot of businesses are closing down. So I have somebody, let's say a relative who works in a restaurant. He has no qualifications. He's worked in a restaurant his whole life. And at the moment, the restaurant closed. No business. So he is out of a job. He is out of a job. The restaurant doesn't pay proper wages. He doesn't have any savings whatsoever. And he has been told by the restaurant that, look, we can't afford to pay you. If you don't have customers, we don't have business, we can't afford to pay you. So he is now left without an income. Similarly, there are people in good jobs in big companies. Yeah, people who have done the whole education, who have done, you know, a degree level, then they started on a graduate scheme and worked their way up. And they're in big companies, and the big companies can afford to still pay them. So they haven't said to them, we need to let you go. The company can still afford to pay them. So this person either is working from home. So let's give the example of my brother. He's in a decent, very good job, mashallah, tabarakallah. And he's working from home remotely. And even if there was no work, his company would still pay him a salary. So the difference between the other guy and this guy is education, and the fact that one was able to study and do well and get a good degree and get a good job. The other wasn't able to do so. And now one is not affected by the economic crisis. The other one is jobless and probably won't have an income for the next 6 months. So this is a reminder for us that we do not want to be in a position where we don't have any qualifications or any skills to fall back on, or we don't want to be working 0-hour contract. You know, we don't want to be working in shops which then shut down, and then we don't have anything to fall back on. So what I'm saying is, it's a reminder for all of us to focus on our studies. And inshallah, we will speak about next lesson. We're going to be speaking about money. We're going to be speaking about income. We're going to be speaking about the difference between being an employee, being an employer, and being an investor, and being a business. So there's a lot of differences, and some of them have a lot more money than the others. So we're going to uncover and unpick all of that, inshallah. So it is very, very important. Last thing, do not let go of your studies. Still aim to get good grades, whether your GCSEs are going ahead or not, whether you're in year 7 or year 9, still stay focused, because without the qualifications, you will have very, very limited opportunities, and those opportunities are not going to be good opportunities for you. The salary will be low, there will be no security, and if you find yourself in a situation where there's a crisis, you're probably going to be left with no income to feed your family. And you will have the only option for you will then be to go and sort of get benefits from the government, which are very, very minimal. So, very important reminder, your parents probably are always telling you, study, 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 and they're telling you to do so for a good reason. Because when you study and when you have qualifications, you're more employable. Okay? And we're going to teach you about something even better than being employable. That's going to be in later lessons. But for now, look around you what's happening and take it as a lesson to really take your studies seriously. Because while you're a student, you need to be doing really, really well, and you need to be progressing as much as possible and becoming... Because a good student is someone who is, this is what good companies look for. Students with good grades, students that work hard, students that can focus, students that have problem-solving abilities, students that can have discipline. This is what companies are looking for, big companies, okay? So inshallah, this is, Nawaz is saying, is there any point when GCSEs are cancelled, there's no motivation? That is true. So my question to you would be, what else? So GCSEs are cancelled. You're probably going to be given a grade based on your predicted grades. So my advice to you would be, make a start on your A-levels. Get yourself some books and make a start. Okay, make a start, so then you are one step ahead of everyone else when you begin. How does that sound? Okay, guys, if you have found this session beneficial, if you enjoyed it, if you have any feedback, inshallah, let me know in the comments. Give me a number 1 if you enjoyed it and you're gonna join us in the next session on Monday, and give me a number 2 if it was like Don't give me too many 2s or I'm gonna cry. Okay, alhamdulillah. Really glad you guys are liking it. I've got a 7, which I don't know what that means, but hopefully it's good. Alhamdulillah, most of you guys have enjoyed it. I'm really, really, really glad. Inshallah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We still have a minute actually. So what I wanted to do was actually after every session, we are going to give you some practical things to do. I'm not going to call it homework. I'm going to call it a practical assignment. Okay. So you're going to receive this via email. So make sure that all you guys are registered properly, that I have your email addresses or your parents' email address, so then I can send these assignments to you. So for this session, the assignment is number 1. I'm going to send you a PDF that has a lot of interesting mindsets, etiquettes, and du'as for you to learn and ponder on. And that was basically produced by Al-Maghrib. They did a phenomenal job. A lot of scholars sat together and decided, how can we write something beneficial for Muslims around the world? That PDF, I'm going to send it to you guys. Make sure you read it ahead of next class. The next thing I would love for you to do is to learn a very, very powerful dua. This dua, if you read it in the morning, Allah will protect you against all types of harm until the evening. And when you read it again in the evening, Allah will protect you from all types of harm until the morning. Okay, so the dua, some of you may know it. If not, sorry, I'm gonna email it to you so you can basically learn it. And the dua is the dua, Bismillahilladhi la yadurru ma'asmihi shay'un fil ardi wala fis sama'i wa huwa as-sami'ul alim. Which, if you read it 3 times at Fajr time in the morning, you're protected until the evening, until Maghrib. If you read it at Maghrib 3 times, you're protected until the next morning. So this is how we can keep ourselves protected. Teach it to your family so they can stay protected as well. This is Allah's given us a special shield that we can use, a spiritual shield. And this is not just against sort of accidents and things like that. It's against things like evil eye, things like germs, disease and calamities, everything. Allah's given us a special defense mechanism here. So I'm going to email that to you guys. Inshallah, learn this. Get your relatives, family, brothers, sisters, cousins, everyone to learn it and to read it regularly. Maybe as part of Help Others, you can send it to all of your relatives and friends and tell them to basically, inshallah, learn this dua and read it regularly. Or you can even send them a reminder. Every Maghrib time, you can send them a reminder, read this dua. And the last assignment is for you to pick an action that you can do to help others. Okay, so I've given you some ideas. So inshallah, we are gonna leave it as that. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your time. And don't forget to share this with your friends, relatives, cousins, anyone who will benefit, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.